Welcome back, everyone, to our gameplay series of Little Big Workshop. And we're going to pick up right where we left off in episode number 2. And that is, we've got 3 orders going. It looks like our rubber ducks are now ready for delivery. We'll go ahead and take care of those. All right, I kind of like that. It wasn't great as far as the amount of money we could make, but it wasn't terrible either. All right, I think we'll go ahead and queue up another one of those simply because it will keep our guys busy and it's not all that difficult to make. It doesn't require anything except for these 2 areas right here. So we got some basic plastic work to do and then some painting to do, and we're all set. We're also nearing the end of this particular shovel. But here we've got our small shelf. Now this, let's see how this is going. Let's actually click on the project overview. And here this will give us a breakdown. So we got a lot of hours remaining here on, as far as moving around and stuff. Then we've got an hour and a half here. So yeah, we've got plenty of work left to do before that one is completed. But the good news is they are indeed working on it. So we'll come out of that. And so the first thing I want to do in today's video, while we've got orders up and running, there's really not anything for us to do on those unless we wanted to adjust some priority, that is. So instead, what I think I will do is let's take the priority back down on these, and instead let's up the priority here to make sure that we're getting all of the woodwork done that we need to get done. And that these guys don't work any more than they need to on some of these other projects. All right, so let's talk expansion. So you notice that we've got a new area down here. We've got a new icon, and that's for remodeling. And we can use that for tearing down walls, building new areas, all of that sort of thing. Now, we'll have to be careful about doing this for right now because we're just at 10,000 coins, and we certainly don't want to use up all our money on expanding and end up going out of business. So what we'll do is we'll take this pretty slow. And in fact, the good news is in the game is you can play around with this. Nothing is finalized until you make sure that you click the button to finalize. So you can play around with different options and see how much it's going to cost, and it's not going to really hurt you any. All right, so we have the basic construction tool, which is going to allow us to plan out the area that we want to expand in. We've got the bulldozer tool. That'll be useful if we want to get rid of walls. And then we've got a door tool, which will allow us to add doors in at different locations. And of course, we can always remove doors as well. Let's go ahead and move our camera view around a little bit. And again, that is clicking on the middle mouse button, or in my case, the scroll wheel. All right, so let's go into the construction tool, and it tells us click and drag with the left mouse button, so hold that down to create new walls or rooms, and then confirm any changes by clicking order, just like we do with all of our machines down in the bottom right-hand corner. So what I'm going to do, if I wanted to create a new freestanding building, then I would simply leave a gap here and start it somewhere out here and then make it from there. But what I want to do is actually to... Let's see, do we want to connect all of this? I'm thinking I do. I don't really know of any reason why we would want to separate things right now. So what I'm going to do is left click, hold that, go all the way over to the side to get the width we need. And then I'm just going to come out as far as we are allowed to. And I think that'll do it. All right, so not bad. Now, the bad news for us on this is that it's going to cost us almost 5,200 coins if we wanted to do this. And we've got an issue. Let's see, it says, this area is enclosed. You need to place a door somewhere or remove a wall. Yes, of course. Right now, we don't have any way of continuing on into this area because there's no door anywhere around. So the next thing we would have to do is come over and remove that wall. And you can see as soon as I place this pylon down, it's going to get rid of that entire wall. That's not going to cost us all that much, but all total 5,300. And that's, of course, just not what we want to do right now. We don't quite have the cash flow to do that just yet, but I wanted to definitely show you guys that's how that you can do that. And then, of course, if we wanted to add some doors in here, we can come in wherever we wanted to. And you can see it would cost us 100 coins. But for right now, we're going to cancel out of all that because we're not quite ready to do that. Let's see instead how our work is doing. Oh, we've got another guy passed out in here. So we're going to need a little bit of help in the break room. So let's go ahead and swing things back around the way we're used to looking at it. All right, so let's come back into the break room. And let's see. All right, I like this. So we've got a +3 and a +4 under workstation stats. Here we got a +4 and a +4. Let's go ahead and drop one of these down. And let's put it... Yeah, let's put it right here at the entrance. That'll work. So now that gives us 16 per day. So that's enough for each of our 4 employees to have 4 per day. I have not been keeping track of... let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get that in there because we know we want to purchase this vending machine. That's certainly not going to help with our pathing any, but I'm trying to keep as much room in here because I really feel like we're going to need this going forward. And we'll be able to move this around. I can right click here, move this to a different area as we add more tables. But of course, ultimately, we're going to want to have more than one break room so that you'll always have a break room as well as storage nearby the working areas so that it minimizes the amount of time the employees spend walking around as opposed to working. All right, so we are almost done with both of these orders, but of course the one we're really concerned with because it has a deadline is up here. So let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. All right, there we go. Open up the market. So demand is 13 of 18 right now. We're about to deliver 5 more. You can see the price is not trending in our direction, but it's such an easy order for us to do. Let's go ahead and do these 8 and just keep things moving along because it keeps some money coming in for us. All right, so they're coming in to pick that up. We'll be done with the shovels here momentarily. And then let's see, what else do we have? The small shelf, you can see some intermediary work is being done there, so that's not terrible. The biggest concern we have right now is we got people passing out on the floor. That is certainly not going to help us out. So where is everybody? Of course, that's the driver. Oh yeah, there's our second person passed out. So we have 2 people passed out. That is no good at all. So hopefully this new vending machine will help out with that. But of course, we're going to need to further expand. This guy, fortunately, is almost ready to wake back up after his warm sleep on the cold concrete. All right, let's go ahead and move things forward again because we have very little work going on right now. All right, let's see what these guys are working on. There we go. So over here on the woodworking table, we have the small shelf work going on right now. But let's slow that down a little bit because you notice we also have, in addition to the new remodel function and construction, we also have machinery. So we have our basic tools. This is what we've been using. These are highly inefficient and something that we certainly don't want to rely on going forward. Instead, we've got machinery. So this is where we get into some more refined tools. They work much quicker. But if we come back for just a moment to the basic woodworking station, then you notice at the bottom here we've got 25% in several different things. 6 different activities can be done at this workstation. Not very efficiently, but they can all be done in this one place. If we come over to the machinery, our light machinery, you notice each of these only does one function. So while they are much quicker, 4 times quicker in fact, they are certainly more expensive and they are very specialized. So we're going to have to look at purchasing some of these going forward, particularly the ones that we seem to be using most often. But we're going to have to be very careful because they cost a lot of money and they only do one thing at a time. And then we have a milling machine here that is more of a heavy duty machinery, which once again performs only one function but is much quicker. So something to look at as we're going forward. Also, if you notice the mood decrease, minus 16 there. That is certainly not good. And speaking of mood, let's come in and let's see. Can we put... No, we don't want to do that. Let's see if we can't find something. Because right now we need some help in this room. Where do we want to go? Let's see. We don't want outdoor right now, because we should be perfectly fine there. What about... Wow. All right, let's just go ahead and put this one down. That's plus 15. That will get us to 0. So it clutters things up some, but I think overall it's going to be worth it, and it's not all that expensive. And then, of course, as we expand and really have a lot more room, we can spread these things out, and that will help out with our flow quite a bit. All right, so here comes our new plant in here. We're now up to 57% on our shelf. That is very good. All right, so let's right-click here. So what are they actually working on here? Can I come into the planning mode? And let's look at something we've already done. Let's say the shovel. All right, so the shovel needs straight cut. It needs the round cut, and I believe that's it for the woodworking. So if we come back out, if we wanted to continually do those orders, which machines would we need? We would need, there's the straight cut with the circle saw. And then, oh, that one actually does 2 different things. I did not realize that before. Now, it's not quite as efficient with the straight cut, but it can do straight as well as curved cut. So I like that one. And then we've got the lathe that can do the circular cuts. All right, so we would need a total of 2 machines. But as I look at it, I mean, this one is more expensive, $51.95 versus, $3,300. But it does do multiple functions with increased efficiency over what we've got right now. So I'm kind of liking that idea. But we're just going to need some more cash flow before I'm really going to feel comfortable with this. Now we've got, you notice a little icon pop up here. We've got a change in our workers. And that is because Oliver has leveled up. So his worker rank has let him know he's ready to specialize. But we are not ready to specialize, because in order to do that, we are going to need, I believe it's right here. Or is it? There we go. Possibility to upgrade operators to metal specialists. And so here we can do plastic specialist. So we need to get some more research done before we're going to have any specialists. But it's good to know that we're reaching levels with employees that will allow that to happen in the future. Once again, you can see these rubber ducks are certainly getting done fairly quickly. So with the rubber ducks almost done, of course, we always have the option to simply queue up that order again. And the reason I say that, even though we were going to use the remainder of the demand in the market, we're getting very close to the end of a market cycle, so we'll see if that demand resets either up or down and gives us some more room for further production. We're almost done with the shovels as well, and you can see making quite nice progress on the small shelf as well. So let's let these guys speed up a little bit, and there we go. We have the market ready for both the shovels and the ducks. So let's go ahead and deliver both of these. All right, I like it. So now the demand is 0 on the rubber ducks. That, of course, is perfectly fine with us. We've got some additional ones. So here we were getting 129 coins per. Here it appears to be the same product, same attributes, and overall it looks the same, but we're not going to make quite as much, but there's quite a bit of demand for it. Now again, we're coming to the end of the cycle. But I really think we're going to be in good shape. Now, are we ready to execute? Yes, we are, because it did recognize that these are the same. All right, so I like it. Let's go ahead and do, in fact, let's just do 10 here. So let's just keep it going with that. Let's go ahead and let's don't do any more woodworking until we're done with these shelves, which should be pretty soon, because it looks like these guys are finishing it up here, which actually frees us up over here on our woodworking bench. So maybe we can do another woodworking order right quick. All right, so we got 12 more hours until we get a market update. Let's see, some simple chairs. This isn't too bad. Actually, I think, let's actually go into planning here and see what we're going to need for this. If we need to purchase any new machines, I'm probably not going to do it, but I don't think we're going to have to. All right, let's see. Now, here we get into the operation straight cut. This is where you could really focus in on the machines that you have available. And I'm thinking I'll go with the cheaper option here. We've got to keep our eye on our attributes over here. So, of course, we're going to need a lathe or our do-it-all workbench for right now. Let's see, what do we need here? A seat. Looks like only one of these will suffice. Do we have anywhere to sew? No, we do not. You can see it wants us to purchase a new one, so we're not going to be doing that. Okay, well, so much for that. Let's come into the market and let's see what else we have. Of course, we're already working on some shelves. We're almost done there. So we could keep going there. Of course, we could also always come back to our shovels. Let's see about the rakes. Okay, demand is pretty good on the rakes. Shelves, wow, $4.94 there. That is not bad at all. Let's do the small shelves. All right, let's go ahead and pick this. Again, we'll have to keep a track on our attributes. All right, we got straight cut, and I'm trying to keep in mind and really pay more attention going forward as to what type of cuts that we're doing on the woodworking so that we'll know which machine is probably going to be the best bang for our buck. We'll try to always keep one all-around machine, basic machine around just in case, but I think we're going to want to get into some of these other machines pretty soon. All right, so now we need to source out some materials here. And here you can see we're going to need for this wood to be curved as opposed to this metal. Yeah, we want to stay with the wood as long as that will meet the requirements. Let's see, we need to source out our wood. We'll use the least expensive wood, and you can see that will take care of the attributes that we need. So more straight cuts. Here is some curved cuts. And then, of course, assembly. We have a couple of those right now. And I think we're all set. I think we've done everything we need to do. It looks like, oh, link workstations. I must have forgotten one. Maybe this was it. Nope, I have missed one somewhere. So we'll just go back through these that I thought I've already done. But right now it's telling me I haven't completed the linking of the workstation, so I'm actually not sure what we're missing here. Everything looks good. I mean, I don't know what else there is to do. All right, so intermediary products. Okay, we chose the wood there. All right, what am I missing? Nothing is glowing that I can see right now. Let's go ahead and click on, let's do about 5 of these. All right, so it says link workstations is what's missing. And right now, there we go. I thought we had already done that, in fact, twice. But for some reason, it did not take before now, or just maybe I'm losing my mind. Either of which seem equally plausible at this point. So we're going to make 5 of these. Let's see. We don't have to worry about where we're importing the materials to because we only have one loading and unloading area right now. So let's go ahead and execute this. All right, so we're getting very close to being done with our shelves. So that is awesome. I am really itching to purchase some new machinery. Let's see, we're not going to purchase any new machines right now, but I'm really itching to get one of these. And it looks like the best bang for our buck is going to be the circle saw, or if we don't mind sacrificing a little bit of efficiency to have an additional function on this machine, then we could go with the band saw. But of course, both of these are pretty expensive. And if we purchase one of those, then we are certainly going to be, we're going to be needing a lot more woodworking orders in order to justify the cost that we're putting forth. All right, so we're at 95% on our small shelf. Let's go ahead and deliver that. Let's watch our money go up, which is exactly what we need. And these guys are busy working. There we go. So the shipment of small shelves has been received. Quality is satisfactory. Payment, $5,000. You can see that gets us now to over $14,000. And gained experience, $2,250. So now we are a level 4 factory. Excellent. And now we have our little icon to pop up and tell us that we have more research and development points available. And at this point, this is not a bad option here. If we want to, for the time being, specialize as doing more woodworking and then maybe some basic plastic work or basic metal work, then this is not a bad idea, because we could upgrade one or more operators to be wood specialists, and that would definitely help out in our production and profitability. Let's see. Let's hold off on that for now. What else do we have? Do we want to get into metal production and have some of those available? Probably not yet, because most of the orders we're seeing are not like that. So if we open up some more advanced orders, that could be a very good thing. Let's see what we've got over here on eco-friendly materials. So if we unlock these materials for productions, it's going to give us more options to work with, and as a bonus, you may save a couple of trees near your factory. Now that's interesting. Unlock some more parts and resources. I'm intrigued because that might save us some money, but we'll have to find out. So let's go ahead and do that, because like I said, I'm very interested to see what that opens up for us. So some different materials. We'll have to indeed see if that's going to save us some time and or some money. All right, so we've got 2 orders up and running. Of course, the rubber ducks are going fast and furiously as we prepare for another market reset here momentarily. All right, let's see. We've reached another milestone with a worker. So now Tracy has the ability to specialize whenever we reach that point. So now we've got 2 workers that are there. All right, looks like we need to do some repair work. So let's go ahead and queue this up. Instead of using the one at the top of the screen, I'm simply going to very quickly run through these, and any of them that appear that they're anywhere close to needing it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, all of that looks good, and so repair work is not going to be a huge issue. Let's actually take a look at the market. We've got a new challenge. What do we have for a challenge? All right, so our brand new client, he needs more furniture. Specifically, he needs a square table and 8x8 dimensions. Okay. All right, times 15, no problem. He needs 15 of them, and he's going to pay us quite nicely and give us quite a bit of reputation. Wow, that is nice. The deadline is 4 days. Yes, we definitely want to do this, because not only can we get a lot of money and reputation, but we can get some research points out of this as well. So let's go ahead and plan this particular product. And it looks like it's going to be fairly simple. Hopefully we've got all the machines we need. We're going to need the more expensive dark wood this time. Once again, straight cuts. Okay, so that's very good. Then we've got gluing, which we've seen some orders that require gluing, but not a terribly large amount that require it. Here you can see these 2 are in red, so they will not meet the specifications. So we're going to have to go with the leg, which I believe is metal, in fact. Yes, so we've got a mold where we're going to need to use our metalworking machine, our basic metalworking machine. And then an advanced lathe, yes, we're going to need to purchase one. That's what I was afraid of. That's exactly what I was afraid of. Let's go ahead and do it. Sure, why not? Because I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. And of course, we can always sell machines in the future if need be. So now that's brought our mood to a -5. So we'll need to take some measures to ensure we don't have a problem there. All right, let's go ahead and put that out there. Boy, we are really cramming stuff in here fast and furiously. But even after those two purchases, we're still at 11,634. All right, so that's very good. So let's go ahead and let's see. We've got that one done. Let's go ahead and set up our lathe. And we'll set up our assembly. And I think we're done. Okay, choose materials. So apparently I missed some materials. Did we choose our raw materials? Yes, we did. We are now ready for production. And so we need 15 of those. And let's execute. So now first things first, let's go ahead and move this to the top of our priority list. And one final thing at the bottom here that I don't think we've looked at before, and that's the rankings. So if we come in, it's going to show us the companies in the game, their net worth overall, revenue, as well as their profit per hour. Of course, keep in mind, profit per hour is going to change as you complete orders, get new orders, and different types of orders. So as we scroll down through here, we certainly wouldn't expect to be anywhere near the top right now. There we are. In fact, we're at 21 right now. Our profit per hour is still very low. Our net worth is 53,170, not too bad. Revenue 1874. Okay, not too bad. So we're at 21 right now. So our first goal, I guess, will be get inside the top 20. We'll treat it like you do in a race. If you're 21st, first thing you try to do is get to the top 20, then the top 15, and so on. All right, let's go ahead and move things forward. We're almost done once again with these rubber ducks. That'll give us some more cash flow. These are excellent types of jobs to use for our cash flow purposes. All right, let's come into our metalworking and let's go ahead and increase the priority here just a little bit. So now what we've got is we've picked up a basic metalworking shop as opposed to the basic woodworking shop that we've had so far. We didn't really mean to do that, but hey, it's worked out, so I'm happy about that. Let's go ahead and deliver, pick up our reward there. And you can see the price is going up nicely. We still have plenty of demand left in this cycle. Let's go ahead and make 10 more. So not bad at all. As always, there's no reason why you can't make additional beyond what you can sell on the open market right now as far as demand. And you can just simply hold them in storage until the market cycle resets, assuming, of course, that you don't run into a situation like this where this product is expiring. If you see that, then you better get rid of any inventory you have as soon as possible. All right, let's go ahead and hire another worker. You can see we've got our third worker that has reached. I am very close to thinking about hiring a dedicated worker for logistics, but I don't think we're quite ready for it right now. I could be wrong, but I think right now we're okay. Now we are running a little bit low. You can see we have all 3 coffee to be given out. This is our last in the vending machine where it had 4. So, okay, we're going to have to be careful about that. In fact, let's just go ahead and let's do a little bit better. Let's see. We might need another coffee machine in here. Let's just go ahead and drop another coffee machine in. And then let's just see if we have enough room. Again, we're getting kind of cramped for space in here a little bit without some rearranging. So let's see. Do we have another area? These might actually be a pretty good idea. Yeah, these take up a lot less room. So let's put these... Let's put this one right here. All right, so let's go ahead and complete that order. Again, spending some money, but that's okay. I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. So as we're beginning to bring this episode to a close, I think we're making some nice progress here. We're keeping plenty of orders out there to work on. We're expanding the number and type of machines that we have available. And of course, going forward, we're certainly going to want to make sure that we're upgrading to some better machinery. And we've talked about that as well today. Let's come in and see. Okay, we're a good ways from getting our next level there. We have no research and development points right now. But that's not all bad, because I think we're going to pick up some nice additional points once we finish up this square table. Work appears to be going pretty good there. I see we've got work being done on the metalworking bench, and that's the only order that currently uses that. So I think we're in good shape. I think we'll leave it here for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of Little Big Workshop.